Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am very thankful to the International Conference on Applied Zoology 2022, which is organized by the Applied Zoological Society of Pakistan, Azhar University of Engineering and Information Technology, Rahim Yar Khan, Punjab, Pakistan. I am Dr. Azhar, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Government College University, Faisalabad, Pakistan. The topic of my presentation is diversity and distribution of avian fauna in relation to urban landscape in Faisalabad city. First of all, the introduction. Birds are great bioindicators of ecosystem because they are diverse and visible component of the ecosystem. Urbanization along with climate change is one of the most serious dangers to biodiversity, including the survival of many bird species. Fragmentation and habitat loss are perhaps the most pressing threats, causing people to make judgment calls about whether to migrate more suitable areas or they stay there and cope with the current situation. The surviving and existing green areas are modified through plantation of controlled lawns, non-native plant species, and loss of the mid-story canopy, resulting in the novel urban setting. The habitats of many animals, especially birds, have been affected as a result of the continual growth of civilization and urbanization. The degradation of birds' habitat has resulted in the extinction of several bird species. In recent decades, numerous studies have focused on the negative consequences of anthropogenic noise on avian diversity. Roads have a variety of harmful consequences on bird population. These effects have raised mortality rates. The current study was planned to determine the diversity of bird species in settlement areas and compare the bird diversity in urban areas with the other important ecological landscapes of the city. The materials and method. The study area was classified into two major types, such as open fields and build-up areas. The major open fields included the cemeteries, wasteland along canals and streambanks, while the built-up areas included business centers, settlements, residential neighborhood. Data collection from September 2021 to May 2022. From September 2021 to May 2022, data was collected within plots using the point count method. The point count sampling design consisted of a series of points at which birds were counted within a defined radius. 105 point count stations at 300-meter interval was established within several habitats. 5 plots were randomly selected for each micro landscape within 5 into 5 kilometer grid. Each plot was visited for 20 minutes with the observation period during the day at dawn and dusk for 2 hours. Linear count method was used to determine the avian diversity along the canals. Naked eyes, binocular and camera were used to count and photograph the birds. For identification of bird species, various practical guides were consulted. We also assessment of the vegetation. The vegetation assessment variable was sampled in these areas by using the 21 quadrant plots. In each plot, samples were recorded: soil cover percent, species richness, vegetation type, vegetation height, vegetation diameter, and microclimate. And the statistical analysis, version 3 was used to find diversity Schneider index, where H is the Schneider index, having a formula of this. Simpson index is used to estimate the dominance of the species and has no role in species richness. And the Simpson index formula is this one. Then the results. First of all, abundance. In current study, we recorded 26 species of birds of 22 genera from 17 families representing 13 orders. Pestiformis was the dominant order representing 14 species and 10 genera and 17 families, followed by the Caradiformis with 7 species, 10 genera and 5 families. The total number of birds seen during the study were 1,649. 21 species plants were noted, for example, eucalyptus, ficus, and neem, etc. In terms of dominant, the order Pelicaniformes were ranked third, while the dominant order was the Passeriformes. The order, which is third one, Pelicaniformes, represented 3 species and 1 family. The Columbiformes order had 1 family and 2 species. Other orders, Apodiformes, Cetaziformes, Cuculiformes, Trigiformes, and Seriformes, etc. have 1 family and 1 species. House crow, a species of family Corvidae, remained dominant at all the study sites and had 570 number of birds. While the house sparrows, Passer domesticus, a species of family Passeridae, was on second number with 222 numbers of birds. Common myna, a species of Ternidae, was third in rank with the 176 number of species. The pie graph which represent the highest number of orders, which show the order of the different birds. The order Passeriformes was the dominant, then Paradiformes, then all other orders. Now, this table shows the association of birds with landscape and seasonal variation. A highly significant difference was observed in open field areas and in built-up areas. More diversity was found in open area, that is in canal ways, cemeteries, wasteland, and stream banks, while the enclosed area, business centers, settlement area, built-up areas have low diversity. Similarly, total number of bird species which were identified in both open area and built-up area were also very different. These difference also shows difference in the winter, spring, and summer. Winter and spring season shows the higher diversity as compared to summer. This table shows the structural properties of bird species for bird at different landscape in urban areas. These are the different landscape, canal ways, cemeteries, wastelands, stream banks, business and settlement area, and business centers. Business centers shows the lowest number of population of the bird species, as while the highest diversity was found in cemeteries and canal way. Similarly, dominant species were found, highest number were found in the cemeteries, then canal way, and lowest number was found in the business centers. This table shows the status of the birds in different seasons with their diversity index and evenness. The diversity index was higher in winter and spring as compared to summer. Also, number of species was higher in winter than summer, spring, and then summer. Then the conclusion, according to habitat fitness, bird species and numbers are higher in open area, which provide free water and abundant food and nesting opportunities. Plantation had an impact on birds, as well as there were more plants in open areas, resulting in a greater diversity of species. During winter and spring season, more birds were recorded because of its diverse species and food types. The order Passeriformes was the most prominent. Even though festivals have rich avian diversity due to variety of habitat and seasonal changes, but according to local reports, no previous study in this area exists. The birds' abundance and diversity fall down, especially in last few years. Population explosion may be the one major cause for decline of avian diversity. Thank you for your attention.